Okay, so today's video is going to be over our notes on how to pay for college. We've watched 2 videos already that showed us those different ways for us to pay, and now we're actually going to get those notes in our journal. So you should already have your title and EQ. We're going to go ahead and start by drawing, I'm going to kind of call it our roadmap. At the top of our roadmap is our little person. This is you. And on the bottom of our roadmap is actually the college or university that we want to go to. So the video talked about different ways to pay for college, and we're going to look at 5 different approaches here. The first one is going to be to actually have a savings. And we gathered from the video that a savings is money that is set aside I might need to zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. It can be really hard to save money in a bad economy. It definitely requires discipline. So when I'm saving money for college, we have to dedicate that money for that so that we're not using it for other things. Another way that we could pay for college is by getting a grant. Now, grants are cash awards from a nonprofit organization. There are lots of different organizations that give grants to students who are trying to go to college. The nice thing about a grant, it is not paid back. Unfortunately, some grants can be difficult to get. So for grants, you must meet some type of requirement. So specific, we'll use that, requirements. Okay. Another way would be to get a scholarship. And scholarships are money awards for good performance. You might have heard of someone getting an academic scholarship, maybe an athletic scholarship, or for the arts. Someone might have gone to school on a scholarship for theater arts or for band or things like that. Again, a scholarship, a nice feature, it's not paid back. I ran on a space here, so I'm going to list the work study program down here. If you have room, you can list the work study on this side But if you don't, you can just go ahead and list it there, just like I have. So for the work-study program, this is a program that gives financial aid in return for student labor. So basically, you're working for a particular program and they're going to give you money for college. Okay. So these ways to pay for college right here, the savings, the grants, the scholarship, and work-study programs, all four of those are not paid back. So this is money that if you save, and obviously you're not paying that back to someone else, but if you receive a grant or a scholarship, that money is given to you, it's awarded to you, and you're not paying it back. And in the work-study program, you're working for them to pay part of your college tuition. But one form of paying for college that we do have to pay back is a loan. So we're going to include that loan over here. Okay. So loans have to be approved. Have to be approved. You also must apply for them. Okay, so it's must apply for a student loan. It's usually through a program called FAFSA. It's a financial aid application system, but you'll hear it called FAFSA. And the key part to a loan is that this money is borrowed and it must be repaid. So you have to pay the money back for loans. Okay, so we're going to look at one scenario. I have a scenario here that says, what about Victor? Victor wants to attend a 4-year college. Tuition for 1 year is $14,850. Victor has $17,000 in savings, and he will receive a $4,000 scholarship each year he is in college. How much money does Victor still need to be able to attend college? So you're going to work through this program, or excuse me, you're going to work through this problem in 4 basic steps. So we're going to build a coordinate grid here that has 4 quadrants. And let's go ahead and use the 4-quadrant idea. So in quadrant 1, you need to calculate the cost of tuition. So he's going to school for 4 years. In quadrant 2, we're going to subtract the savings. In quadrant 3, you're going to calculate and then subtract the money that he receives from his scholarship. And in quadrant 4, you'll give a complete sentence. How much money does Victor still need to pay for college? So after we have that, we'll actually brainstorm some ideas on how Victor can get the additional money that he needs so he can go to college.